Good evening, Internet. This is Squid Dragon, no goblins allowed, and this is my first match against in the Elder Dragons Ios tournament versus Cucho Lamberta. Before we get started, I thought I'd just flash up the deck that I'll be facing. It's a control deck. Um, we've already seen control decks in the other tournaments, the Xbox one in particular, being piloted by Covert Go Blue, who's had a good win record. So although I expect this to be hopefully being the first match in iOS, one that I should have a better chance, I guess, against. And partly the reason for that is there doesn't appear there's quite a lot of cancels in this build, but not necessarily a lot of direct removal in the way of red removal spells. He does have Ether Meltdown, which of course is acting as slowing creatures down, which I'm not so worried about because I can obviously remove the Ether Meltdown with the exile effects. Some of his other creatures, Walking Ballista is an interesting card and a good one in the control deck, but more powerful the later the game goes. So I need to worry more about some of the early plays with Censor, Essence Scatter for cancelling creatures, which is going to be the feature of a control deck. What I want to do playing my Bant Eldrazi is to at least get some power early in the board. I think he needs to rely on being able to remove that or deal with the damage that will get delivered. And I'm hoping that I can get enough of a head of the game to try and put it beyond his reach. So we'll see how that plan goes. Also, of course, my mana, the mana in his deck should not be as problematic. He's running slightly more land, 25 lands. He's running, in effect, blue primarily, in fact, and I don't see, if we look at his lands, in fact, it's blue with just Gaia Reach to do some card discard effects. So he's basically relying on blue, so he shouldn't have any mana problems with his deck. Of course, I will have, it's a big issue about the four colour in the Bant Eldrazi, so we need to see how this goes. So this is the deck I'm facing, and what I'll now do is jump into the app and invite Cucho to the match, and we'll see how this goes. I say this is the first of my matches in the iOS Elder Dragons tournament. So I will call up the match versus battle, of course, but it's casual, and we can call up Cucho. I have him on the invite list. We'll just see invite friends if it works. For some reason that's not working. So, not quite sure why I cannot get the invite friends to work for some reason. Let's just cancel again. Okay, invite friends has come up now. And under contacts, Cucho Lamberta, so hopefully we have no issues. So the invitation sent, and hopefully we have no problems connecting. Has been an issue. I've had matches with Cucho in the past, it's been fine, but we've had some instances where it's taken us a while to get the connection going, so I've sent the invitation, so hopefully he's just able to see that and can start the match. Currently he's just saying invitation sent. And no connection so far, so this may be an issue. We definitely encouraged and wanted to set some expectation of recording these matches, but in a lot of cases with iOS, it's not necessarily as straightforward as it might be in other platforms. But here we have connecting, so it looks as if we might just have a bit of a delay in the connection, but we're now getting the message connecting. We just have to be patient, and hopefully it connects okay. And we'll see how the first game goes. It's best of three, but of course, if either of us go 2-0, we'll probably end it there. We've had debate as to whether we do the third game, but personally, I don't see the reason. If you've gone 2-0 on either side, you know, the match itself is won. I think from the purposes of tie breaks, if tie breaks come up, I think it's better managing that as a further match, if you like, to do any tie break situations rather than trying to do countbacks of win and loss games. So we will see. So it's sitting and connecting, and I think this is one of the issues or frustrations I think we have trying to run and record iOS matches. We've had quite a few participants for different reasons saying they're not really able to, and I think this is maybe partly why we don't get so much content on the iOS. It's much easier, obviously, from Steam and, of course, Xbox platforms, which are more geared up for recording, etc. This has been a similar issue that we've seen where it's connecting and nothing's happening. So for now, I will try and cancel out, at least I can try and edit this out in the final video. I'll just send a message to Cucho. Connection issues, it appears. Okay, so I'm going to try and send the invite again and see what happens. So casual, continue, invite friends, again contacts, Cucho, add, invitation sent. At least if it gets to connecting, it means that the connection is trying to be established, but as Cucho has just reported, it timed out, so maybe the issue is whether the connection can be. Okay, so we have connecting. Possibly what I'll do with the recording of this, I tried to do an intro in a match, which is obviously the beginning, but I might just abandon that, and if we get these connections issues, I will only start recording once we've actually got a successful connection, so that might make it easier, just in terms of recording the match. So we've got connecting. It does look as if it's going to be the same issue. It's going to come back and say connection timed out. The other thing is obviously I can get Cucho to try the connection from his end, either way around, trying to get something to work. So I think, again, let me just message him. Sent that says connecting. Go back to the app. It still says connecting. So This is our big challenge about recording in iOS right here, right now. We want to be able to, we'll keep persisting to try and record, but where we get these sorts of issues, it just becomes a bit of a frustration for the participants, and it means our expectations in terms of what we set for having iOS as being as community focused in terms of allowing people to watch matches, etc., becomes a bit more difficult. So that is nothing we can do anything about. It just seems to be the technical issues with the connections of the games. Sometimes it's fine. I don't know if it's different countries, of course, but this is not happening currently. So that's a disappointment. So I've lost the connection to the server. Let me just see if that was the issue. Okay, try one more time. Casual, continue, invite friends, contacts. Just keep watching the connection. Also, I can see the coins up. Let me just come back. Okay, we got accepted. Maybe this works. Okay, inviting players. So far so good. Waiting for players to join the match. It looks as if we finally get started. So let's see what happens in this first match. He's got mono blue in effect, control deck. I am playing 4-color Bant Eldrazi, so I'm the one that has to be more careful about the mana. So at least we're getting started. I'm quite excited to play this deck. It's a deck I like playing. I think it's got a lot of good cards. I did a deck tech and showed some practice matches. So I'm keen that it was a good pick and can do well, but of course it's going to come down to the mana. So I've got an instant keep there. I'll just do this quickly because I've got, oh actually, damn, I've got the wrong deck. So I'm going to have to cancel. Sorry, I've got the sideboarded version of the deck, 75 cards. Sorry, I'll need to let them know. Okay, he crashed his end, so I suppose that was fortunate, I guess, in some ways. I will quit the app. Try and keep what's running in the app fairly clean. Let me try and get him back in. I'm going to try and edit this. If we get the match started now, I can obviously edit all this stuff out in the video, but was just a bit of a frustration initially. So connecting, battle mode, versus battle. Yeah, Eldrazi SP is my sideboard version. This is one I want main deck MD, but Eldrazi MD, so at least I've got select casual. Hopefully this will be fine. You can give me a sec. So as I said, ban Eldrazi, he's ready. Okay, so let's try and see. I've got to be at least have a decent start on mana. I mean, I'm quite happy to mulligan. And of course, even with 3 lands, which is really what I'm looking for, the lands may not necessarily match up to the cards I've got, but I think at least with 3 lands, I should eventually get cards that can be played. Of course, playing against control, I want to be playing Send It Again. Okay, so we still have some dancing around. And this is a painful part about trying to run these tournaments, I think, about just getting the connections. I know they can make connection issues on other platforms, but it just can seem to be particularly problematic with iOS. But we have to try our best to make it work. Add invitation sent. So eventually we might actually get one game underway. As I was saying, mana for me being Bant, which is normally traditionally 3 colours, but of course I'm running Bant Eldrazi, so in effect, arguably it's a 4 colour deck. Therefore, I need to be sure that I've got decent mana in the match, whereas Cucho obviously is just relying on one main colour, so he will have less colour issues. So we will see how this goes. Interesting to see as well, I mean, the popular money in terms of what the other players are doing from the tournament seems to be that control seems to be a popular choice, which hasn't been the case in the past. So I'm interested to see in the other tournaments, and obviously when iOS we have a good representation. I'm going to draw a new hand because I only have 2 land. Okay, now we have 3 lands, so that's a keep for me. I've got blue, I've got 2 of my colours, so I think, and I have Pilgrim's Eye to get the waste, so I will evolve in wilds for white. And then of course I have Ether Hub, which will give me, so again, I know he's playing control. I've got another land draw there, so fetching white will allow me to play the next land untapped and get a threat in the board. I'll probably play the Sky Spawner, which gives me multiple creatures and additional mana. But at least I think I'm off to a decent start, which is what I wanted mana wise. He's got 2, so of course he'll have his control online, so we'll see. This is going to be one of the features, of course. Let me put out, yeah, I think the Sky Spawner is a good first choice. Okay, well, it's good for that to land. Gives me some additional mana. With the Displacer out, okay, he's I don't know if he tried to cancel that as a time lag thing, but this could be an issue for him if he starts getting lag like that. Let's see what he plays. He's going to play something that taps out. I can put the Thopter out, which is not the end of the world if it gets cancelled, but if he has a cancel in hand, it would be a good target. I don't have to worry too much about mana fixing with the Ether Hub, and the fact I've also got colourless mana from the token. So this is going to be the nature of the matchup. If I can get enough threats early in the board, and particularly if I can make the Eldrazi Displacer stick, that gives me the ability to flicker, which is really what the banned deck wants to do. And I've got some bigger threats coming. Yeah, okay, you had that counter, that's what I thought. Well, I think it's just it must be the delay connection issue, which is a pain. And I think this is going to be, it's a shame for Covert was making a similar thing about when he played in the Xbox One tournament. Lag can seriously hurt control decks, and I think that would be a shame, because I think it's probably a valid archetype. I think it's going to be much stronger. Controls will be much stronger than it has been in the past. So there are a few people playing control lists, but we'll just see how it goes. But there was a control match. Onage played a control match in his match, and he was managed to win his match. So his control elements were obviously working. We're now waiting for Cucho to, I don't know if he's trying to make a call or trying to cast or passing the turn, or we're currently stalled. But yeah, you could see that sensor. I mean, he's as if he cycled it or he tried to cast it and he didn't cast it in time. It wasn't quick enough, so he seems to have lost a spell. I'm sure he hadn't cycled it, if that makes sense. I'm getting a bit more mana. I'm going to, given that I've got the man land, Cucho has been placed by AI, so this is going to be, okay, let's just pause, I think, to see what's going on. Yeah. At least we have this recorded so we can see kind of what's going on, but I feel I'm going to try and Okay, so we've agreed to have a start over. I'm just putting that down there. Still record this. I think what I'll do is I'll probably try and keep this whole recording so people can just understand or appreciate some of the issues that we have with trying to run this. You know, it's better obviously just to have a cleaner recording for matches and that, but this is important, I think, for people to see the sort of stuff that can go on. So I will go back to the match and concede. And okay, Cucho's sending the invite this time around, so we'll see if that improves anything. What's happening here? Okay, connecting. Accepted, okay. So we're restarting game one, so hopefully Band Eldrazi, I've got the correct deck, joining session. Let's hope that we get a successful start. Waiting for players to join. Cucho, okay, so we're connected, the match has started. I'm on the draw, or play should I say. That's decent mana, so let's get started. Cucho's looking for his mulligan. I will push out. I've also got Gideon this time, which I didn't have last time, and I can also fetch. So I think my play here is probably, although I'll probably get countered, would be to try and, okay, giving us decent mana. So I can get my untapped land. I've got all three colours in Bant. See the deck, I did the deck tech with 23 land, but I think with the mana fixing, and I haven't found mana necessarily being an issue in the deck. So we will see how this goes. I think I need to bait removal if he has it with the Pilgrim's Eye. I also want that for white anyway, whether he counters that because it's not so big a threat. Because his early counter spells are not going to be able to deal with Gideon. Essence Scatter, he does. Okay, that's fine. And this is obviously what his control. I've got removal as well, although I don't think removal is going to be a feature necessarily straight off. Now, there's Thalia, so I think, oh, actually, no, I do need to get Gideon out because I don't, oh, Broken Concentration, he does have removal for it, okay, that's fine. It's a pity to lose Gideon, I suppose, but I think Thalia, we'll see what he does. Okay, Chief. Well, I'm going to remove that because that makes the spells cheaper, so oh, I've got two Thalias, mind you, so I'm going to try and stick Thalia. Does he counter it? He's got another concentration. Well, this is fine. I don't think, as long as I've got threats in hand, I don't think I have to worry. I think the Reality Smasher with an extra mana and I've got Waste is going to be an issue, which will get me ahead of the game. Will make up for losing. I have the second Thalia in hand, which is. No, he's playing control obviously, so he's playing obviously spells on his side. Barrel for now can start doing 1 damage, that's less of an issue for me. I just need to get spells through. Need to just keep trying to bait his removal. Okay, that's an interesting one, because I have Queller. Queller. Interesting. I think what I'll do is I'm going to try and see if I can use Queller, because I'm sure you'll try and do draw, which he has there. So actually, that's what I was expecting in a control deck, for me to be able to try and counter his playing on the back of my turn. So I think stopping him filling his hand up, he's down to 2 cards in hand, and having now a creature is the sort of play I was looking for. Okay, so he has a second one, so he's still able to, but clearly I counted one of those, so he fills his hand up. He may well have counters, but at least I have a threat on the board now. And I've got enough spells to cast for him to create multiple threats to worry about. He's doing unsubstantiate, so he's using that spell that goes back, allows him to cast. But at least some of this stuff comes out of his hand. Eventually I'm going to be able to get something to stick. Okay, there's a second Queller. So what I really need now, yeah, let's keep baiting the removal if I can. Thalia, second one. Censor this time to cancel. I can pay 1, so censor doesn't work. You cast the second censor. Okay. Yeah, Essence Scatter. At least I'm getting this removal out of his hand. Not much else I can do against control, but he's down to 1 card. Yeah. Walking Ballista, okay. for 3. Well, you can do 3 damage to my face, but I'll exile it with declaration. I've got 2nd declaration, so we'll take that out. Okay, yeah, he's just going to send damage to face, that's fine, but it's exiled, so no chance of that coming back, which is fine. And I will also I need to get the Queller out because at least it gives me enough flyer and I can take care of Gideon. Scatter to the Winds. Well, this is removal versus removal versus removal, so we'll see. Can lose a land. I need the flyer up. And I'm also going to get rid of Barrel. He's going to commit. Okay, so yeah, he protects Barrel, which is fine. He's got the commit out of his hand. I guess he'll create the token now. But I have the man land, he does. But I have the man land, so let's see. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Be able to do 5 damage a turn unless he has some decent way to deal with it is going to be an issue. He's refilling both our hands. It can be a, oh, there's Reflector Mage. So I can cast a cheap spell and probably get Reflector Mage out. Oh no, sorry, Thalia should I say. Because I have the mana. Oh, even better with, so let me just try and do this. Declaration in Stone, which gets countered. And then I'm going to emerge the Deep Fiend. Tap his lands down. See what he makes of this. No, he's countering, of course, with his. That's a pity. That's fine. And now comes the dynavolt tower. Did 1 damage, which is fine. One, two, three, four, five, six. So let's try. Oh, we've got 2 Thalias, so let's try and cast 1 Thalia. Cancels. And cast a second one. Does that cancel? Doesn't appear to be, no. Thalia stuck, which is good. No. Of course I don't have. Yeah, it's getting difficult getting through all this removal. By no means over, because I can get some decent threats out, but I need to be drawing a little bit more mana. I haven't drawn land for a while. Dynavolt, obviously, with all the spells that are being cast, is able to do damage. You'll get me within range of Ballista and able to finish me off, I guess. Yeah, and there's the finish. So yeah, game 1 to Cucho. I didn't think I'd have quite as big a problem with control, but clearly, and I think obviously been able to get his Jace out, and obviously have the alternate Jace early enough, created this win situation. So we'll see. We'll go to game 2. Just let him invite. Here we go. Second game. That crashed. At least I know what I'm up against, but as I said, we'll see. Cancel of the early Gideon was something of an issue, but we'll see. I was on the play last time, so we'll see what happens this time. I was happy enough I had the mana. Nothing worse than losing a match to Mana Screw, or I guess reverse Mana Flood, but Mana Flood's less of an issue for me, I think. Mana Screw's a bigger problem. So this is game 2. It's risky, but I will maybe try. I'm going to keep it actually, because I have the early quick play, and I've got removal if I get it to stick. And there's a useful spell if I can get it to land, which will help. I guess what happens now is I get mana screwed, but I've got 2 mana to get the Advocate out. Advocate's a good first card if it doesn't get countered. See what I get for mana. No mana. Typical, but okay. Worth the risk, I think. I also have mana fixing, but I don't get another land, but let's see. Does he cancel the Advocate? Yeah, broken concentration, what a surprise. Okay. So if I don't get mana, it's my own fault. Yeah, no mana. Now he's filling his hand up, so I think this is lost already, I would say. No. Typical, typical, typical. Sometimes you just hate magic duels. My own fault for keeping a tool in hand. I know it keeps, but I thought when again, even trying to get the Advocate out without draw, I don't think there's much. It was a reasonable gamble. Oh, there's another Advocate actually. Let's see if this one can stick. Probably not. Unsubstantiate. Oh, no mana, just don't believe it. Go on, cancel that. Yeah, substantiate again. Well, at least it's given me a chance to keep bringing it back to my hand. got a chance for more mana to start showing up. What the hell do I cast out now, though? This is a problem. Math Reshaper, I guess. I can't believe this. Finally, the Advocate sticks. Woohoo! Okay, so he's using War of Invention to select probably his other Walking Ballista. No, it's of course it's the Dynavolt Tower, which is fine. Another unsubstantiated, would you believe it? Now he's not in a position to do a lot of damage. I don't want to see that Planeswalker come out. I'm just not getting any land at the minute, so what are you going to do? Censor, yeah, cancel, fine. And even if it comes out, Dynavolt Tower is going to take care of it, so I don't know, this is just bridge too far, I guess, really. The hell do I cast out? Oh, just silly. It's getting silly, really, with no mana. I'll try and play through it, but I guess the other thing is unsubstantiated is obviously not helping the mana situation. Yeah. It's just like Mana Screw, which I don't need. Could potentially get through it, pull from tomorrow, stacks of cards in his hand. Yeah. No. Good games, Cucho, but yeah, no way through the control. And mana screwed game 2 anyway, but I don't think it would matter against the deck. So that was it. First loss. Okay, no worries. Thanks everyone. Squid or Dragon out.